Welcome to Anonymous Tarot. I'm Cleo, and I'll be guiding you through the symbolism and meaning of the tarot cards. Today, we're diving into the fiery energy of the Queen of Wands.
I love how the Queen of Wands is often associated with creativity, passion, and leadership. She embodies the archetype of the fierce and determined woman.
The Queen of Wands is a card of bold action, of taking risks and pursuing our desires with confidence and conviction. She's a reminder that our passions and interests can be our greatest strengths.
For me, the Queen of Wands feels like a call to tap into our inner spark, to ignite our creative fire and pursue our dreams with courage and determination.
In terms of symbolism, the Queen of Wands is often depicted with a crown, representing her status as a leader and a symbol of her inner power and authority.
That's so interesting, Cleo. The crown also speaks to the idea of personal sovereignty and self-trust. The Queen of Wands is saying, I am enough, and I trust myself to make the right decisions.
In ancient mythology, the Queen of Wands is often associated with the Greek goddess Pygmalion's creation of the perfect statue, Galatea. Pygmalion's creation was said to be so lifelike that Aphrodite herself fell in love with it, and ultimately, the statue came to life.
That's fascinating. The idea of a creator bringing a being into being with their own hands resonates deeply with the energies of this queen. It's as if she embodies the spark of creativity and manifestation that can transform our lives.
Yes, and in many cultures, the Queen of Wands is also linked to the Hindu goddess Durga, who is revered as a powerful symbol of feminine energy and strength. Her fierce determination and unwavering commitment to her goals are qualities that this queen embodies.
I love how this card can represent the intersection of the divine and the human. The Queen of Wands is not just a figure of mythology, but also a reflection of our own inner strengths and passions.
Exactly. The Queen of Wands is a reminder that our inner light and creativity have the power to shape our lives and the world around us. She encourages us to tap into that inner spark and let it guide us towards our highest potential.
And what about her association with the element of fire? Does that add another layer of depth to her symbolism?
In the dream, the Queen of Wands appears to us as a fiery, passionate force, embodying the spark of creativity and transformation. We may see her as a woman, radiating warmth and light, or as a symbol of a fiery element, burning away the old to make way for the new.
There's something primal about the Queen of Wands, a call to action that awakens the inner flame within us. We may feel her urging us to break free from constraints and pursue our desires, no matter how bold or audacious they may seem.
This queen is associated with the element of fire, which represents the spark of life and the power of transformation. She can also symbolize the anima, or the feminine aspect of the masculine psyche, guiding us towards our own inner wisdom and creativity.
I think the Queen of Wands can also represent the dreamer within us, that part of our psyche that's always pushing us to explore new territories, to take risks, and to follow our intuition.
In terms of symbolism, the Queen of Wands is often linked to the phoenix, that mythical bird that's reborn from its own ashes. This can represent our own capacity for renewal and regeneration, as we rise from the ashes of our old lives to forge new paths.
And what about the realm of relationships? How might the Queen of Wands manifest in our personal lives, guiding us towards more authentic connections and relationships that ignite our passions and fuel our creativity?
The Queen of Wands represents the fiery and passionate aspects of the feminine divine. She embodies the archetype of the strong, independent woman who is not afraid to take risks and follow her desires.
I think we can also see this figure as a manifestation of our own inner spark, the part of us that yearns for creative expression and autonomy.
The Queen of Wands is often associated with the element of fire, which represents the transformative power of passion and desire. She is a call to tap into our own inner flames and unleash them in the world.
And yet, she can also represent a sense of recklessness, a tendency to act without fully thinking through the consequences. This is where the balance between passion and prudence comes in.
In terms of human psychology, the Queen of Wands might represent individuals who have a strong desire for independence and self-expression. She can also symbolize the mother figure, embodying the qualities of nurturing and protection.
I think it's also worth noting that the Queen of Wands can represent a sense of restlessness, a feeling that we are not quite living up to our full potential. She can be a call to shake things up and pursue our dreams.
The Queen of Wands is often seen as a symbol of feminine power, but in the context of this card, I think we're looking at a different kind of energy. This queen is more about igniting passion and creativity, rather than nurturing it.
I see what you mean, but for me, the Queen of Wands is also about embracing our inner spark, that part of us that's always been burning, waiting to be fanned into a flame.
That's a beautiful perspective, Billy. But let's not forget, this queen can also be quite stubborn and headstrong. There's a risk that our inner spark can become a destructive force if we're not careful.
Yes, that's true, but I think that's also where the beauty of this queen lies. She's not afraid to take risks, to challenge the status quo and follow her heart.
I love how you phrase it, Billy. It's not just about following our passion, but also about being willing to take the leap of faith, to trust that our inner light will guide us.
Exactly, and that's where the mystery of the Queen of Wands comes in. She's not just a symbol of power, but also of the unknown, of the unseen forces that drive us.
The Queen of Wands is often seen as a symbol of feminine power. But what if we looked at her as a manifestation of the spark within us, the creative fire that drives us forward?
I think that's a beautiful perspective, Cleo. The Queen of Wands is also associated with the element of fire, which speaks to the passionate and impulsive nature of the self.
Yes, and that's where the symbolism of the wand comes in. It's a tool of creation and manifestation, but it's also a symbol of the personal power that resides within each of us.
I love how you tie that in to the concept of personal power. It's almost as if the Queen of Wands is reminding us to trust our own inner wisdom and intuition.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is that the Queen of Wands is often depicted with a child or a young woman, which speaks to the idea of the spark within us being connected to our own childhood, our own sense of wonder and curiosity.
That's a really interesting observation. It's as if the Queen of Wands is urging us to tap back into that sense of curiosity and playfulness that we often lose as we grow older.
The cards have spoken.
We'll see you at the next draw.